self-help books and one Bible. One thing I learned, one thing I've noticed about self-help books, they are very good at telling you what to do. But they keep what I call the firing pin. They keep that one linchpin. They keep that one point, the how to. It is rare that a self-help book tells you everything, tells you all you need to know, because they want you to buy book number 2 and book number 10 and book number 14. So we're going to hold back a little bit. We'll tell you what you need to do. You need to invest in real estate, but I'm not going to tell you how to do it. Not exactly, not all the way, not all the nuts and bolts of it. I'm going to hold some of it back for my next book. I'm going to hold this back for a big seminar where I can charge thousands and thousands of dollars to have people come in and sit and make it exclusive. So I'm not going to tell you everything in my self-help book. But in that one Bible, where God started speaking to me about ministry and the rest of my days and the rest of my life of serving Him. Because God says, I don't hold anything back. And Paul here this morning has told us who he's talking to. He's talking to us who are Christians. He's told us what we are to do. We're to put on these 6 elements, these 6 clothing, these 6 garments. We're to be garmented in the holiness and the righteousness of God. And now He's going to tell us how we are to do it. How we are to do it is, He says in verse number 16, He says, in verse 15, let the peace allow. If it's up to you, allow it. He says you can control this thing here. He says let it. Allow the peace of Christ to rule in your hearts, to which indeed you were called in one body, and be thankful. The idea here of the peace of Christ is that Christ Himself was a person of peace. He was a man of peace. And He says we're to allow, we're to cause the peace of Christ, the same peace that Christ had, we're to allow it to rule like an umpire. And that in every decision, in all that we do, we're to be ruled, we're to be controlled, we're to be umpired, officiated by the peace of Christ. Why can I go into this office where they've been talking about me and undercut me and pulling the rug out of me? How can I go in here with my head high, my shoulders square, and some swagger in my step, because I know the peace of Christ in my heart? I'm allowed it. I woke up early this morning, I got into my word, and the word is now in me, and where I go, I have peace. That does what? Surpasses all understanding. Because it makes sense to no one else. It makes sense to God. Our families are asking us, how can you keep going through this? How long are you going to deal with this? They've done it to you 6 times now. He said, that's all right. I'm serving the Lord. I'm the elect of God. I'm called by God to endure this for their sake, so they can see the compassion of God. That's what Jesus Christ did. Hanging on the cross, didn't say a word. Thief looked over and said, wait a minute, something's different about this person. This one is different. This one is holy. And when He saw that holiness in Christ, He says, I want that. He's not cursing everybody out. He's not spitting on those who are spitting on Him. He's not trying to get free to throw out a rock. He's not trying to get down. He's accepting the will of God in his life, and he has peace. And there might be one this morning that's in need of that kind of peace. We look for it everywhere. Under rocks, in relationships, in bottles, in false starts. And he says this morning, allow God's peace to rule you.